friends, it's me, Nikki here, and first I want to say Happy New Year. I hope you all are doing great, and I want to take you on the journey of putting away the Christmas items in our home, along with how and where we store them. So let's jump right in. So friends, I know I wanted to start in the upper level because it was the simplest to do. I did not put much decor in my entryway upstairs. I just had this simple vase here with the snowflakes. So I knew it was easy to get that space in order, and I'm all about tackling a room and getting it back to normal. And then I always put my gift wrapping bin in the hallway as we're cleaning up because I find it helpful, because sometimes wrapping paper will be in our bedroom for those last minute gifts, or our guests may use some and it may be in the guest room. I also make sure I put any tags that we can use or reuse. I put them in here, and I have it here as we clean up so that we can kind of put it in place. Along with the day after Christmas, I do like to go and load up, not too much, but just get some of that discounted wrapping paper while it's on that great sale. And so I did pick up this for this year. This is what I'm putting away for next year. And so now that I have that purchased, I can put that in here, and just as we go to put the bins in our attic where we store our Christmas items, this will be ready to go. Another thing that I set up were the wreath containers. I have them all cleaned out and here in the hall, so that as we pick wreaths up around the house, we can put them up here in the hallway right there next to the guest bedroom, so it's not disrupting our walking area. It just makes it simple when we're trying to kind of pull and put in place. We're not just kind of sitting it anywhere. They can go directly in their containers. So by setting this up right away, we're good to go there. But we just kind of keeping it out of our walkway. So our next space to tackle is our media room. This room is high traffic. It gets a lot of action during the holidays, and this is also Mike and I's hangout room. So we definitely wanted this space back to normal. We go through and we just start pulling everything that is Christmas. We work each room as a team, so we both are in one room at one time, and we have everything in a stack once we're done. And we also have a Christmas tree in this space. It's a small one, a narrow tree, so it's not much work getting it down. But then we start bringing in the bins and packing things away. When I pack things, I try to pack them in a way so that they're just very neat. I can easily see what's in the bin. If it's something that's delicate, I try to combine it with something that is kind of cushy or soft so that it can protect it. And I don't like wrapping things. I feel like that's more work to have to unwrap something. So if I can get it in that bin without wrapping it, I'm all for that. And friends, I'm not big on labeling my Christmas bins. All of my Christmas bins and Christmas bags are all red, so they're color coordinated, so I know they're all Christmas. But I don't like to label them because I like to have the creativity so that when I bring them out at Christmas time, I can creatively decorate my home differently every year, because I'm not limited to have one in this room or this area. But I do label some bins that are specific to an area, that every year I'm going to put that item in that room. Like that tree was, purchased for this space because of the size. So I always label these types of items, but typically Christmas bins are not labeled. And so in this space, I also want to get all the Christmas dishes and Christmas glasses and mugs that I sit out for guests to enjoy. And the thing about it is, like I said, I do not like to wrap. So I make sure that I have bins and sizes where I can fit all of my cups, and I can just put them in there and I don't have to wrap them, so that next Christmas I can open this up, wash the cups, and I'm good to go. And then when I take the decorations off the small tree in the media room, we put them in a little box, like one of us will take them off. And then I start sorting them by like, because I find that this is easy, because then we can just store them away like items together, and it makes it easy when we go to decorate the next year. And so they're packed away in just simple Ziploc bags, and they're sorted by kind of like items, and we store them away in a bin, and that way we can easily get to them. And again, this bin is labeled because this is specifically decorations for that tree, and you'll notice that these bins are labeled for this space because these items are kind of purchased for this room only. And then I take all of those items that I used in my downstairs entryway, any guest items, we kind of take those and we put those together. I start washing the linens that were guest linens that we put away for Christmas only. A lot of times I have like things that are only specific to Christmas, such as towels and blankets and stuff like that. So I will get those all washed up and put those in a bin, along with any holiday pillows and things like that. Again, I try to stack things neatly so that I can look in it and kind of remember what that bin is about. But again, I love shopping my Christmas bins during the holiday season, so I don't put a lot of pressure on myself to kind of put certain things in certain places. So just long as it's in there neat and it's protected, and I am good to go. And so we're in my office, my woman cave, and so right there, that little door goes into our attic. We have one on the other side of the room, and that's the one on the other side of the room is where the Christmas items are kept, and we'll eventually show you that and get that stuff in there. But now let's move downstairs. So friends, it's the same process of just getting that entryway cleaned up, because to me, the entryway is the easiest. I basically have the less, stuff there. So I'll get that all packed up, and then I will move into the living room. So you can definitely tell Christmas has come and gone because everything's a little disheveled. You know, I put this little scene up. My grandmother used to create a scene using these motionettes. You might remember motionettes from years ago. I think these are probably about 25 years old here. And she gave them to me. And so for the kids who all were coming for Christmas this year, I did this for them so that they can enjoy it. And boy, did they enjoy it. And so now it's about getting all of this put away and the tree down and kind of packing up. So the first thing is getting the bulbs off of the tree, because on this tree, some of my bulbs are delicate. They are glass. And so I have these storage solutions here that I use for my bulbs. I love them. They store away easy. And again, the same with this tree. I take all like items off the tree first. Mike and I, we do it as a team. So we'll get all like items and then we'll start packing them away. Again, I love this because now when I pull out my bulbs for next year, all the like bulbs are together. And so when I'm putting it on the tree, I can evenly distribute the bulbs, and it makes it easier, or makes the process more simple for myself. And I typically have 4 to 5 bulbs that won't fit, so I'll put them on top with some smaller ones that are not breakable, and it works just fine. We'll stack those off to the side and everything's good to go before we load everything upstairs. But we do have other ornaments that we do not put in these types of bins, and these we put in baggies. We group them by like items again to make it easier for next year. And just those gallon Ziploc bags work perfectly for storing these type of ornaments. It keeps them covered. They keep them in good condition. This has worked for us over the years, and it's easy when you go to put the tree up next year. Friends, you know, another thing that I love about using the Ziploc bags is sometimes you have the glitter ornaments and they really keep them from getting all over everything. And so I really like putting those in the Ziploc bags, and it just really keeps it simple for me. So then I'll take all of these ornaments and I will put them in a bin, and I'll put them in the bin with typically ribbons and other items from the tree, which, you know, is basically just the ribbon and the topper. And then there's one final tree ornament to handle, and these are my beautiful, expensive, I didn't pay a lot of money for them, but I got them on super discount after Christmas one year, and I tried to protect them because they're very large and they will break. And I found over the years the best way to store these are by you putting them in Ziploc bags and just kind of rolling them up and then storing them in their own bin. And it's smaller bins, but it really works. I have not broken one after all these years, so I'm doing good. So this is how I like to store these special ornaments here. So the ornaments are secure, so that is a wrap, and now it's time to get the tree down. So first I'm going to take the skirt off of the tree, and then I'll fold that in a minute. But now I want to get my motionettes packed away. These I've had for about 20 years, and then my grandmother had them before me, so they have been in the family a long time, and they still work, and I love them. They're so special. The kids love them. The angels I've only had for a couple years. I haven't had them long. One I just got this year. Mike and I, we wanted it this year, so we just got her. But with this, I just put them in their own bin, and I've done this for years, and they, like I said, they still work, and this is the way to do it. This is the way I pack them, and it works. So I just make sure to be careful. And again, my Christmas bins don't move around a lot, especially now. These motionettes have traveled around the world with me being military, and so they've handled a lot, but I love that they're still working and that they are still a joy for us at Christmas time. So the Christmas tree skirt is going to go in the bin with the other kind of tree ornaments, and so it just keeps it simple. They're like items. It's good to keep them together because they're always typically going to be together. And then what I like to do is I like to get the stuffing that I used to make my scene. I'm going to get that all bagged up. Now I did have a little bit of an accident. I broke one of my ornaments, so I'm not going to save the stuffing that is kind of near that because I'm scared some of it got into that. So I'm going to get that cleaned up, and then I'm going to only save the portion that did not reach the damage here. And then the gift of Jesus. We give Jesus a gift every year. We write him a letter, and then we put it into these. And this is mine, Mike, and my granddaughter's Amelia's. I'm going to tuck them away so that we have them for next year. We take the letters out and keep them with us, but that's kind of what we use to put it in every year. And then, of course, getting that tree in the bag so that we can store our Christmas tree away. And I love our Christmas tree. This is a beautiful flock tree, and we're going to get it in the bag. And then, of course, we're going to have a nice little mess to clean up afterwards, I'm sure. And I am going to do a video tomorrow showing you how I clean up after Christmas, so definitely check that out. Today is just all about getting the decor put away. And so with the tree put away, it's always funny because it feels like the house is so empty once the tree goes down to me. It's the same house that I had before Christmas, but for some reason you feel an emptiness when you take that tree down. It feels like something is missing from your house. But with those flock trees, you're going to have some cleanup. And then as far as the lights, I used to use a piece of board, like a cardboard, and wrap my lights. You might remember that from some videos a couple years back. But a couple years ago, I changed over, and now what I use is this here, which is kind of a system that allows you to store your lights. You wrap the lights kind of around the little red card here, for lack of a better word, and then you can store your lights away. If you're one that wants to label your lights for different areas, you definitely can do that on the different kind of slats here, but it just keeps it simple. And now it's time to do the mantle, and it is simple to do once you get the lights off. There's lights kind of intertwined throughout all of it, so Mike and I, we kind of team it up together. I'll get the stockings down, and then I'll start taking down the trees. And friends, I do want to share that I am so happy that I can pack my decor now and not have to wrap it. Being prior military, we always had to wrap everything because when we moved around, things would get damaged so bad. So I would basically pack myself, and then the packers would come pack, and we'd still have damage. But now being in our home that we don't have to, we don't have to move because Mike is retired, I can pack things the way I want to pack them, store them away, and know they're not going to be kicked around or, dumped or anything. They're just really going to be taken care of well. So it just really is a nice feeling to be able to pack things like I love and know that they're going to be that way next year. And I will say that I love, love, love this here that I got from my friend Kelly from the House of Aqua YouTube channel. We did a swap last Christmas, or Christmas before last, I think. Last year before last, and I absolutely love it. So here's the clean mantle, and so I'll have to get that put back together, and I will share that with you in another video. But here is all of our Christmas decor from the living room and downstairs area so far. And now to tackle the kitchen, because what we did was we kind of have a little bit of leftover here from the wine from Christmas, and the Christmas dishes are clean and sitting out. They're ready to be packed away. And so what I like to do is I like to always start with the mantle in the kitchen and kind of get that done, because as you walk in the kitchen, that's kind of the first thing that hits you anyway. So just taking down all of those pieces there before I'm actually going to pack away any dishes and all of that kind of stuff. So I like to kind of get the decor pieces down, and then I'll move into getting all of the dishes packed away. So along with the dishware, I have all the other items that I use for my Christmas tablescape and things like that, so I'll have to pack those away. But with my dishes, I always like to keep the boxes that they come in with, that they're purchased with, because that's an easy way to store your dishes without them being damaged. So I also store away those other little Christmas items like kind of my wine bottle holders or my kind of shakers or, the table, the Christmas themed table things. I just got these this year, but all those Christmas type items that I will not use throughout the year, I pack those away in my Christmas bins. You all remember these little mini chimneys I got? I got so many questions about these. I got them at Home. So if you're looking for them, At Home is a store to go to. Again, I'm going to lay these down. I'm putting them in a Ziploc bag because I have so much luck with packing this way. So I'm going to put them in a Ziploc bag, and then I'll just kind of put the lid on them. And again, my Christmas decor bins do not move, and they are not going to be moved for a whole year, so it works for me. So friends, we are almost there. It's about taking down the little pictures and the little kind of furry animals that I have for the holidays, my reindeer and things like that, and tucking them away. And again, there's no rhyme or reason to this. They just happen to be together in this bin this year, but next year they may be with someone else. But this is how they're being stored this year. And I just kind of, I try to make sure that I don't damage them and just kind of lay them so that, no one's going to touch them, but then put things that are cushiony like these trees here on top so that they can kind of protect them a little bit. So now that we're all packed, Mike and I will bring all of the bins up into my office, the woman cave, because that leads to the attic. There's two doors in my office. One side is for one side of the attic where we keep our home items, and the other side is a door that leads to the attic here where only Christmas items are kept. So this door will basically not be open for a year. And as you can see, we have kind of two, it's hard to see in here and hard to film, but it's two little levels. One, we keep the Christmas tree bags in the back there and all the other bins. And I have to tell you, friends, I get so much joy in being able to have my family and friends up for Christmas every year, because traveling with the military, we really weren't able to do that, and we spent a lot of Christmases, missing our family. So this is such a huge blessing to be able to decorate our home and to have such a beautiful time during the holidays. I hope you all are doing great. I hope you have a great start to your new year. I will see you at the next video, and this is Nikki saying goodbye.